It looks as though we have some good news. It looks like Corin is actually going to be able to make it to the road crew section of the live stream. So without further ado, I am going to get over here and start sharing and retweeting and stuff this live stream. And while we're doing that, here's our opener.
Your destination is on the left.
Okay, that was fun. Had a hard time getting back. All right. So, what have we got in the works for announcements? To remind you, we do have the Love America Tour cookbook that is being headed up by this guy, plainsimpleryan@gmail.com. If you have recipes that you've either made for the road crew or the road crew has enjoyed or you think they might enjoy or you think the rest of us might enjoy, email them to this guy right here. I know that he's been collecting several recipes so far, but as far as I know, there's no time limit, so we're still open for submissions, but definitely want to take a look at that. Also, there is a, apparently, or possibly rather, a Pets of Love America Tour calendar coming out. Oh, I need to minimize that so that I can see that. Ah, look, the chat's already going nuts. Rachel, good evening. Ben, hello. Michelle, good evening. Kelly, hello. Bonnie Bell, Rachel Cooper, Fluid Expressions, Samantha, Cindy, hello all. We have more people logging in as we speak. So there is a possible pet calendar in the works. Don't forget to get your recipes in to Ryan if you haven't already. Also, to support the Love America Tour, first of all, you can find all of these links at loveamericatour.today. That's the website address. If you'd like to tip the stream, you can simply go to that address, streamlabs.com/loveamericatour. If you would like to do a one-time donation to get the boys back on the road and fund part 2, that is the GoFundMe.com/LoveAmericaTour. And if you wanted to set up a recurring donation, that is LiberaPay.com/LoveAmericaTour. There's kind of a pattern here. Pretty much everything Love America Tour has Love America Tour in it. And that kind of brings me to my next announcement, which isn't very fun. Apparently, there is a fella out there, I assume fella, who is attempting to fool some people into thinking that I'm Corin Nemec on Twitter. First of all, Corin Nemec on Twitter, the real one, does have a blue check mark. That doesn't stop people from attempting to use like underscores or spaces and stuff like that creatively to make it look like they're the guy you're looking for, but they are not the guy you're looking for. Corin Nemec has a blue check by his Twitter account. He is Twitter verified. That being said, I want to let you know that if you receive an email or you receive a request, first of all, no member of Love America Tour will ever ask you to donate directly into their bank account or directly into their PayPal. We have things set up on websites that you can check the validity of. Streamlabs, LiberaPay, GoFundMe. These are websites that people have heard of or you can check out. Also, if you take a look at IMDb, let me go ahead and pull that up right quick. We are now on IMDb. Love America Tour, A Land of Similarities. And if you scroll down to the page down here at the bottom for company credits, okay, you'll see EV Productions and you will see Much More Gooder Studios. That means if you receive an email, it's going to come from an @muchmoregooder.com email address, or it's going to come from an @loveamericatour.today email address, or it's going to come from EV Productions. Most of these will say Love America Tour or Much More Gooder, and actually we are going to we at Much More Gooder are going to be using redirects from LoveAmericaTour.today. So if you want to get a hold of the Love America Tour live stream, the email address is streaming@loveamericatour.today. And let me put that up there right quick and fade this right over. Just like that. That will get to Much More Gooder Studios. And what we're doing basically is we're attempting to keep away because there's predators. This is the internet, and there's people out there who just don't care about anybody except themselves. And there's nothing that we can do about it except try and keep you safe. If you have any doubt about any contact that you've had with anybody claiming to be from the Love America Tour or associated with the Love America Tour, you can get confirmation by sending an email to info@loveamericatour.today or to streaming@loveamericatour.today. Yeah, Cindy Jeffries is saying someone requested to follow me on Instagram with that same name a few weeks back. Sent a picture to it. He think he took care of that. Look, it's just going to be, if you have any doubt, first of all, nobody from the Love America Tour is ever going to ask you to send us money directly. We do ask that you go to the GoFundMe and support as you can. If you like to support the live stream, you can support through Streamlabs. That money does go straight into the Love America Tour account. But we will never ask you to transfer money directly to any of us. You should not have to do that. And again, if you are in doubt, if you think you might be being taken advantage of, send an email to info@loveamericatour.today. Or you can get a hold of us on Twitter, but make sure you have a hold of the right one. The absolute best way is to send an email to info@loveamericatour.today. If you know how to do a screenshot, send us a screenshot, and we will look into it and we will let you know if that's actually valid or not. So yeah, we do have a problem with people impersonating the Love America Tour, and you know, there's really not much you can do about it except, you know, keep it in the LoveAmericaTour.today brand, okay? And again, if you have any questions, ask definitely before you do that. Another reason to use this address, I'm actually looking for a co-host is the best thing that I can say. And the reason is, as a lot of you know, the computer that powers Much More Gooder Studios went down over the weekend, and it took me until the very last second before the Wednesday live stream to get it back up. And we want to have a backup so the show can go on in case I've got difficulties going on here. I'm going to be honest, I'm not going to go into a whole lot of detail, but my health is not the best. And you know, I may need somebody that can take this over. Now, you don't need to have any kind of streaming knowledge right off the bat. That's not the case. I will be able to work with someone to teach you how to do this, and you'll have a safety net and everything. But I am looking for somebody that can take over from me. I'll still be doing the lion's share. I'm not actually going anywhere, but you know, in the event that I just need a day off, or we're having technical difficulties here, you know, internet goes out, that kind of thing happens. We want the show to go on, so we do need a backup. And Samantha Magwal, if I knew more about podcasting, I would love to do it. What you need, you're going to need a decent, high-speed, secure, well, not secure, but dependable internet connection. You're going to need a decently powered computer, And if you are interested in doing this, send an email to streaming@loveamericatour.today and let us know what you kind of computer equipment you have. Let us know what kind of internet connection that you have and what your experience level is with streaming, and we will be looking around and out of the emails that come in, Ben Easterday, Corin Nemec, and myself will talk about it, and we'll be looking to get somebody in that can back us up. All right, so that is. I know we're kind of running long on announcements, and I don't really want to do any too much more. I think we've got it covered. So what I'm going to do is we have Stacy Lyons that will be joining us for a follow-up interview as soon as I. This is the fun part. We get to do this. We get to do this all by ourselves. So that's going to take a minute. If you have any questions, again, email them to streaming@LoveAmericaTour.today, and that'd be awesome. Remember though that if you're gonna sign up to be considered for this, remember that we do live stream Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time and Saturdays at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and this is a serious thing. You gotta be ready for the show to go on. All right, so we got that going. As soon as she pops in and we get the audio connected, we will have Stacy Lyons from Louisiana. While that's playing, I'm going to go ahead and get you the quick intro in case you need a quick get up to speed on the first interview that Corin did with her. And here we go.
How was that transition for you with kids and splitting up and coming back here? I mean, that's a lot to happen all at once.
Yeah, well, I was glad to be back home.
Okay.
I didn't like it out there. He laughed at me when I said, "You moved me out to the country," and he said, "This is the country?" And I said, "To me it is."
What kind of advice can you give to other individuals who are in a similar situation as you, that they can take home and kind of chew on to maybe help themselves get into a better, more positive state of mind? You know,
Just don't give up. Just keep going. I mean, I've hit low points. You know, there's sometimes that I got so depressed and down that I lost my motivation, and I regret that.
When you got to your very lowest point, was there something specific that started you on the path back out of that dark place? Or were you just fed up with it?
Just prayer. Just try to pray and get myself together and get myself motivated.
When if we can keep this thing going, I hope to do a catch up with some of the folks and see how things have changed for them. After some of this has taken place.
Yeah,
so,
that'd be great.
So perhaps you'll get to see myself and Stacy Lyons here together again in the near future, and maybe we'll have some great updates for you, because Love America Tour is all about sharing the love, getting to know people, and getting people to know each other again, because that is what's going to help us get out of this strange time we are in.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Lord.
Okay, and here we are with Stacy. Can you hear me, Stacy?
Yes, I can.
Okay, we can't hear you.
Oh.
So I think you may be on mute, or there may be a speaker button down there.
Let's see.
Pardon us while we have technical difficulties. Not anything that we're new. We're definitely capable of doing. We're attempting to get the audio figured out here.
Can you hear me at all? Hmm.
Okay, so while we're figuring that out, I'm gonna. Oh, people can hear you, but I can't hear you. That's
Oh, that's weird.
the technical issue is on my end, Stacy.
Okay.
They are all telling me in chat that they can hear you and I can't. And so what happened was is these turned off. So I'm going to plug them in.
Okay.
Oh. So this time it's me. I did that. That was my fault.
Okay.
So welcome back to the Love America Tour.
Thank you.
So what's new since your first interview? What's happened in your life since Corin came through? What was, I guess, about a month ago?
Not a whole lot. I am planning to write a story like I had mentioned that I'm interested in doing. I just haven't started on it yet.
This is for Lulu?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes. So, my kids will be starting school in a couple of weeks. So I'm kind of focused on that.
One of them's making a cameo right now.
That's my daughter Samantha.
And she is a sophomore, junior, senior?
Senior.
Senior.
Yeah.
Class.
She and her twin brother will be graduating.
Class of
next year.
2021.
Yeah, that's right.
That's true.
I'm sorry, my son's not here right now. He's at work, so.
That honestly, for a young man or young people, that's an awesome place to be at this time.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay, so in the intro, I actually put this in the intro because it was part of your interview that interested me. Is you mentioned being brought to a place that was the country to you, but not to other people. And we talked about this a little bit yesterday. Is I'm a huge fan of little cities, and large cities I'm not really comfortable in. What is it about large cities that you like that draws you to them rather than the country?
there's more to do. I'm the kind of person, I don't like it real quiet. So I didn't like it when my ex-husband moved me out to the country. So I mean, he thought it was funny when I said, "Why'd you bring me out to the country?" Because he said, "You think this is the country?" And I said, "Yeah, it is to me."
Well, I guess it does happen.
Yeah.
People are different.
Yeah.
I know. Look, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I'm just used to hearing traffic pass by, and I'm not used to being out in the middle of nowhere. So.
Well, I know the Love America Tour is all about finding similarities, but sometimes we have to look at our differences too. And I know people are different. Big city's not my thing, but there's a lot of people whose thing it is, or they wouldn't be big cities.
Right. Right.
So, you also had mentioned, being disabled, and we talked a little bit about that as well. We talked about spina bifida being the case, and I wondered if you wanted to talk maybe a little bit more about that, because it's not something that a lot of people know about.
Yeah, it's a birth defect. I was born with a hole in my back, because my spine didn't close all the way. And, my level of paralysis, technically I'm paralyzed from the waist down, but I do have some feeling down in my legs, probably down in my feet. So that's technically, as far as the paralysis, I had 13 surgeries as a child, and and I had rods put in my legs and in my back when I was little. So I can walk, as I was telling you yesterday. I have crutches. I haven't walked in quite some time like I should have. But because ever since I had kids, it's just easier to use a power chair, you know, but they're grown now. So I'd like to switch back to a manual chair, you know.
Well, I definitely wish you luck in that journey. There's, as I understand it, there's different levels, I guess. I don't know what the proper term is. There's different degrees of severity, I guess, of spina bifida. And, you know, we kind of spoke about that. I actually have the one you mentioned that people don't even know when they have it. And
that one's easy to pronounce. It's occulta. Spina
yes.
bifida occulta.
That's what the doc said. It was, yeah.
The one I have, there's like 2 or 3 that start with an M, and I have one of those, and they're hard to pronounce. So,
yeah,
I don't
you know them doctors, they freaking love long words.
Yeah, right.
I gotta tell you that a lot of the folks in chat, once they got done telling me that they could hear you, and why am I deaf? It's my fault. My fault. Are saying things, you know, Stacy, you look great. This is awesome. You're a miracle. And so you've got a lot of support. And that brings me around to, you know, the Love America Tour experience, because once Corin came through, obviously, you got brought into the Love America Tour family, so to speak. How has your experience been since the Love America Tour started, you know, with the family, basically?
Good. Really good. I've enjoyed getting to know people in the group on Twitter. Everybody's really sweet. And,
which is so weird to hear people say about Twitter, but I love it.
True, and that's sad.
It is.
So, but yeah, I really enjoyed getting to know people and watching everybody's interviews. Everybody seems really great. So,
I agree. Yeah. They're positive. Our little corner of Twitter is so not Twitter-like. It's fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic. And, you know, we do have some folks every now and again that show up and try to throw cold water on it. I can think of one example, and I mean 6 or 7 people in rapid succession just, hey, you know, we don't know what, you're having a bad day or what, but come join the family, get lifted up, you know, all of that. Whereas normally it would be, look, get out of here. That's not the type of person that we want. So it is. I absolutely love it. And you said you mentioned that you had watched a lot of interviews. Has anything stood out to you about those interviews, like maybe a common thread among people across the states that part 1 hit?
That we're all human, and we all have our struggles that we go through. But we, you know, I've seen people talk about faith, you know, that they have had faith even when their faith might have been tested. And
I've noticed that people are more open about their faith, and actually are more open about a lot of things, because in large part we have been conditioned to not be open about that kind of thing, because we're so afraid that we're going to get judged and ridiculed, and that's not happening in the Love America Tour family, which is terrific, which opens people up to say, you know, I do believe this or I believe that. And, you know, we have differences of opinion, but, you know, we're so much more similar than we are different that nobody cares. Everybody's okay, well, that's your opinion, and that's awesome.
Right, exactly. Very true.
Okay, so let's see what we've got going on. Oh, thank you for sharing, Stacy. You're a joy. These are great interviews. You're a sweetheart. Samantha, we're the good side of Twitter. Bonnie, I'm so grateful for us all. And have you been watching like all of the GIF wars and meme wars? Everybody just gets a whole thread of.
Yeah. Oh, I've seen those. Yeah.
It is terrific to watch.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, it sure is.
Have you been playing along with the polls too?
Yes.
I'm not going to ask you what you voted for. I just wondered if you'd seen them and had been playing along.
You posted one, and I commented, but I didn't vote. And I think the Love America Tour posted one, didn't they?
I've posted 3. One about Corin's face, one about the Chad's face, and one about whether or not I can swim. And then the Love America Tour did one about, I think they've done 3 too. One about whose favorite play is this, and who said history doesn't repeat itself, but it does rhyme sometimes, or something along those lines. And then I think their latest is whether or not Scott D owns a pet pig.
Oh, oh, that's funny.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
a couple I haven't seen then.
Well, they're definitely out there, and if you wait long enough, somebody in the family is going to retweet it. The interactions, I don't remember what Twitter calls it. There's a word for it, but have gone off the charts. My notifications are off the charts all the time.
Oh gosh.
Which is terrific. So, if you got anything that you would like to shout out to the Love America Tour family, they're watching, and while you do that, I'm going to go over and kind of make a mess of the screen a little bit, because I'm going to invite the road crew in, and you will get to reconnect with them.
Okay. Well, I just appreciate people's comments that they've been making in the chat, and everybody, like I told you, everybody seems great, you know, in the Love America Tour family. That's about it.
Okay, looks like we got Chad in, and he's working on his audio, and there is Corin Nemec, the man, the myth, the legend, the sufferer of the blue skittle disease. You guys remember Stacy Lyons? That's Stacy Lyons.
How you doing, Stace?
How's it
How
going,
y'all
Stacey?
doing? Hey, how you doing?
Good. How's life there?
Huh?
How's life there?
Good. Just we're making it. My kids, they start school in a couple of weeks, so just getting ready for that.
Right
How you
on.
doing?
Oh, it's been a whirlwind. I have to once again, you know, where I'm staying, Wi-Fi is I have to treat to a captive playing a little too loud. So, but it's you know, it's nothing's changed. I love Chad's background. Chad's background is rad.
Yeah, it
I
is.
know, right?
Good.
Are you like really there, or is that a green screen?
No, that's a boat motor. That's my shop.
Awesome.
Cool.
I love it.
I'm
I
going
know,
to have
right?
to come down there sometime and check out your space. Play in the shop a bit.
Oh, and I'll be moving soon, so better
Oh.
hurry up.
Yeah, Corin, you are having a bit of an issue with bandwidth, I think. Let me get that off there. I don't know if you're on Wi-Fi or cellular, but okay. You kind of cut out there a little bit when you were talking.
I mean, this is the best I can get. When I'm at the hotel, when I go online, it actually interrupts my ability to be in touch with the world. So I have to my regular, cell service at the hotel. Nothing has changed. It's like out of the pot and into the fire.
Sprint.
Yeah. Sprint.
And, well, I mean, they joined with T-Mobile, so you would think you'd have twice the coverage.
Apparently not.
No.
So, Stacy, you got any questions for Chad or Corin? You got like one-on-one time with them.
Golly. Actually, I just wanted to say again, I've already said this on Twitter. Thank y'all again when y'all were here for driving across town to come to see me, since I couldn't make it out to the campground.
More than a pleasure.
Yes, our pleasure for sure.
If we'd had a smaller, I wouldn't call that an automobile, but if we had smaller transportation, we would have been able to do a lot more of that kind of home visits and stuff that was really kind of on the agenda in the first place. But I mean, that thing was like 38 feet long and brutal on gas.
Yeah.
I know. My parents used to have one just like that. So I know.
All big and ginormous and stuff?
It's like driving an army tank.
Same size.
Looked like it was like driving two.
Yeah.
I know. But, good grief. Well, actually, I don't have any questions. I was just wondering if you were feeling better.
Oh, it's just been, I mean, what a whirlwind. I was just happy to get my COVID test back negative, which I was expecting anyway. But I mean, when work is on the line and money is on the line and what stands between you and getting a job is a COVID test, it gets a little stressful.
Yeah. I can imagine.
I mean, I was confident it wasn't going to be an issue, but which it wasn't. So, I'm glad. I mean, I think that we took, the precautions when it was recommended to take them. And I think that we were, we're pretty strategic about things, even though we traveled 3,000 miles to 5 states and 17 cities and interviewed, umpteen dozen people and interacted with umpteen dozen more. I would say that we've crossed some kind of threshold here in terms of statistics.
Yeah, totally. It's just all about being clean, good hygiene, making sure you wash your hands, making sure the people you interact with, are at least clean as they can be. And
we weren't even as clean as we could be.
Yeah. Sometimes it was hard.
It was hard.
Well, guys, it's flu season, and it turns out that the stuff your mom told you to do every flu season growing up is what you do.
Totally.
Wash your hands a lot,
Go outside, get some sun.
Exactly.
Take your vitamins, eat your greens.
Exactly.
That's right.
Well, there's a lot of people saying that it looks like Chad and Corin shaved. I know it looks like Corin did, but I can still see the goatee on Chad.
That is correct.
Yeah, unfortunately. Go ahead.
I was saying, until I get those 100 votes, it's staying on.
I love it. I would have left mine, but my character in this didn't really call for. Hey, back there, I see ya. Good to see you again. The character just didn't call for that kind of I don't even know what you call it, backwoodsy look.
Badass.
Yeah, who knows what was in that thing? It took me forever to shave it off. It was thick.
Oh yeah.
Was it really?
Oh, there was. I mean, at one point I heard Indian drums coming from inside of it. I didn't know what was happening.
Went all Ted Kaczynski on us, man.
It did. It went all Ted Kaczynski.
I don't even know if I should say that on Zoom. Get the FBI looking in.
Oh Lord.
We'll go to Stacy's house first. Don't worry.
Oh yeah, good idea.
What'd you say?
I said if the FBI gets involved, they'll go to your place first.
Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
man.
You're welcome.
Thank
Anything we
you.
can do to help.
Yeah.
That's that LAT fam right there.
Do either of you have any questions for Stacy?
Well, you know, I'm really glad to hear that things are okay. You know, I am curious just a little bit about how maybe things have changed a bit on social media at all. Have things seemed to get a little bit more, you know, uplifting, positive around the main kind of chats and stuff like that?
Yeah. Everybody's very uplifting. Yeah.
That's great.
Everybody's very encouraging to everybody. Yeah.
Love to hear that. Love to hear
Very
that.
nice,
That's been the overall outcome that we've been going for the whole time. So
That's
I love
right.
Yeah, that was basically the question I had.
Give me 1 second, guys. I'm writing down a question for later on from Orville Nation.
All right, Orville.
Who's watching? Yeah.
Awesome.
It's for Corin. I don't know if you'll be able to answer it, but we'll get to it in the Q&A portion.
I'll try.
I'm interested too. All right, guys. Well, Stacy, it was really nice to see you again. It was really nice to talk with you about some of the things that we're seeing and noticing in the not the aftermath, but in the wake, I guess, of the Love America tour. And it's good to hear. One thing you may have missed, Corin, is tell him about your Lulu project.
Oh, yeah.
Lulu.com project. Okay.
Yeah, I am going to write a story. I haven't started on it yet. It's basically going to be based on me, my experiences. And so, yeah, I'm planning to do that sometime soon.
I love that. That is absolutely fantastic. You know, the more that the more inspiration that can come out of this whole experience for everybody on whatever level it is. You know, I certainly know that self-publishing is might not be the most ideal way of doing it because it's hard to promote and get it out there. But the feeling that you get just from actually completing a cycle of action like that and putting something out into the universe that was just in thought form a short time before is to me worth it all.
Yeah, I think so too. I can't wait.
Congratulations.
There are. Go ahead, Chad.
I say congratulations. What sparked that?
What sparked it?
Mm-hmm.
Years ago, I just wanted to do something creative, and I originally wanted it to be a script, but not having the means to do that or to move to LA or whatever, it kind of hit the back burner for a long time. So I ended up just deciding to make it a story, and that's why I'm going to do it on Lulu.com.
Love it.
Oh, good. Love it. That's great.
We'll promote it.
Yeah. There's a lot of people in chat right now that are excited to read that story. And do you follow KZ Howell on Twitter?
Yes.
Good. He just said something, I don't know what it means, so you'll have to get with him on Twitter later. He says, write it for NaNoWriMo, good practice and writing discipline. I don't know what that means, so get with him. He actually is a published author. So, he can explain to you what that means, and I can't.
And one of his books is like as long as The Stand, for goodness sake. It's a tome. Things like over 530 pages or something.
Yeah. Well, the book.
Interview. One of those books, pretty thick.
Yeah, very thick. If you dropped it on your foot, it wouldn't be pleasant. I'll tell you that.
And not the truth.
It would definitely stop a door.
Yeah, and that's the truth. No. But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting started on it. So
fantastic.
Good.
Congratulations. I love it.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'm looking at the chat, and it looks like I see very good question, Bonnie, and I see Samantha is something about he promised not till the actual end. So, and let's see, Stacy's a rock star. You now have a platform, Stacy. Samantha's patiently waiting for an answer. Guys, I didn't see the question. Please rewrite the question. I can't find it. And KZ Hal is laughing at my ignorance, but that's a man that knows writing.
Absolutely.
And he has just, you know, tag him in a tweet, and that's the guy to ask, I imagine, if you have questions about writing. I think if there's and then there's a mystery writer I'm hearing about that we're going to be seeing on LoveAmericaTour today, and I don't know who it is, but that might be another person to check with. We do have a couple of author types.
Yeah, there's actually quite a few.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Rachel Cooper just said National Novel Writing Month, NaNoWriMo, in November.
Oh, I get it.
An acronym.
So,
Yeah.
So there's
Okay. Awesome.
Oh, there's two Samanthas in here. No wonder I'm going nuts. Samantha S or Samantha M. Okay. All right, I can do it. Note.
Note to self.
Stacy, I got to tell you that I'm a little bit jealous of Corin that he's getting to interview all of the people, and then I get a follow-up interview, and I'm finding out how awesome everybody truly is. And I enjoyed the talk. That, you know what, when we were testing, Stacy and I had the chance to talk about things that that weren't, you know, for the live stream, and it was just awesome to get to know you and to be following in Corin's footsteps and getting the chance to actually interview people. I'm loving this. You're awesome. You are awesome.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
And go ahead.
I was just going to say, this whole idea has been awesome.
I agree. This whole thing has been fun, and all the new dimensions that are out in it now, it's unbelievable, and unbelievable in a good way, which is what we need in 2020.
Bye.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
I agree.
All right, so right now we're going on 45 minutes, so I've kind of got to move over into the end of week roll up where Chad and Corin kind of talk about stuff. It was awesome to have you on, Stacy, and you never know, we may just do another round of follow-ups in another month. It kind of depends on how long it takes us to get through them. But you've been awesome. I was very happy to get the chance to know you and talk to you, and let's do it again. There's nothing that says we can't, you know, talk to each other outside of the live stream.
Exactly.
Good. Good to see you, Corin.
Love you, Stacy. Be
Take it
well.
easy.
Best of the family.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, Chad.
Bye.
Okie doke. So, I'm not sure how to. Oh, she does though.
There we go.
Awesome.
There you go.
So guys, I don't know how much you can tell us about the project that you're working on, Corin, but over this past week, what have you guys been up to?
Well, I just finished eating some spicy enchiladas, so got my nose running.
Once again, I'm a little jealous.
It was better than
Right.
it was better than that spicy tuna roll I had the first night I was in town. I can tell you that. Ooh.
Tuna.
That was not so pleasant. Not so pleasant. But that's a different story. I mean, you know, everything is moving as forward as it can. As far as the movie I'm doing, it's a Lifetime Channel film, one of these, you know, thrillers. I can't give too much away about the storyline, but I'm not the bad guy, and I guess I'm more of the hapless good guy, you could say.
Okay. Well, it's awesome. It is going to be awesome to see you. I love watching you do what you do. We talked about that actually on several occasions, and I hope to someday be able to do what you do, or at least have the ability to. Tina wants to know if you're one of the main characters.
Yes, I would be one of the top, I guess, three or four main characters. Yeah.
That's awesome. So we get to see more of your face.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, it's not a bit part, that's for sure.
Okay.
Good.
And I guess you've also been recovering from your run-in with that tuna.
Dude, I was so excited. It's such a stupid story. It's just like I was just so excited to get to California because like I've always loved the sushi out here, and I've been a sushi hound for years, and really living down in Texas and whatnot for many years. I rarely ever go for any sushi down there. I just don't. So I got here and I got all overly excited, kind of forgetting about the fact that nobody's been eating out here. The restaurants are all hurting for business, and who knows how long that fish was sitting in the back. It's just like,
Oh.
and I just went for it. I looked at it. I was on the phone with Artie. I was actually on the phone with Artie.
Oh, wow.
I was talking to him live when they brought me the food. And we actually, he reminded me of it. He goes, we had a conversation about whether you should eat it or not. And I was like, yes, I remember. Shut up.
I don't know.
Man.
I know that there's generally, especially this early in a film project, I am learning that there's not very much that you can tell people. Are you able to tell us the name of the movie or when it's going to be ready about? And if not, no worries, but remind me when you can so that we can have people on the lookout for it.
Yeah, I'll just have to ask the producers and whatnot. Like, most likely not until after post-production would I be able to call out the name of it, because a lot of times the names change on these types of films. They'll use a working title for production, and then they'll change the title later on.
Okay, that's terrific. Just remind me when you can tell us what to look for. Tell us what to look for.
Absolutely. It will be similar to like a wrong stepfather or wrong half cousin or evil stepmother or one of those kind of titles.
Okay. Chad, what have you been up to this week, man?
Basically just researching, putting together set lists for music. Also editing.
I'm learning editing still. I will edit like the intros. The intro that I actually played for Stacy's interview. I edited it to the best of my ability and then sent it to Ben, who made it look 10 times better in about 12 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, that guy knows what he's doing for sure.
He does. He does. Okay, so we're checking out the chat here, and everybody's still happy to have seen Stacy. Joe Cheese here. Corin's not the bad guy. Haha, can't wait for the movie. Katso is in. He wants to let you know that while you were sick, you've missed 4 Katso tweets.
All right,
Yeah.
fine. I'll get on it. Give me a day.
Everybody is saying that they're happy to see you in the movie. They're looking forward to seeing you in another movie. And I guess Samantha M loves the Lifetime movies that you're in.
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah, I would have been in that one other one with Brian Skiba. But I pulled the plug on it due to the fact that we were already neck deep into the tour, and I didn't want to leave from we would have left from your place in Missouri straight back to Dallas, Husky. We would have left then, gone straight back to Dallas, been there for 2 weeks basically before we could have continued on. It would have ruined everything. We would have lost the RV. The whole thing would have stopped basically. I don't know if we could have gotten it back going after that without the proper momentum. So in the long run, it was one of the toughest decisions I've had to make because my survival has been on the line. But it was the right decision to make in the face of having committed to Love America Tour and everything that we had been planning for up to that point. There was really no other choice except to unfortunately turn down that job, which did put me in a serious pickle, but not the kind of pickle that you can't get out of eventually.
Cool. Chad, this one's for you. Tina Bobina wants to know, did you buzz cut your hair? And I know what's going on there because the same thing sometimes happens to me. But I thought the same thing when you first logged in. I was like, did you shave your head?
Nope. It does look like it, though.
Yeah. Everybody is saying that glad you feel better, and I'll get to the other questions here in a second. What I want to do though is, you mentioned that there's a pause kind of between the seasons, which is normal for any project. And so Love America Tour, between part 1 and part 2, you guys got post-production and all of this stuff to handle. I think we may have lost Corin. He's not moving. Oh, there he goes.
There he is.
And so can you tell us a little bit about that, the post-production process, what's being made, where it's going to, and that kind of thing, and then what we're looking for, I guess, part 2, the same process as part 1, I would imagine.
Well, hopefully part 2 is going to be a lot more smoother, with a lot more footage being shot in a more strategic fashion, with a better game plan, and with everybody on the same page. That's really what I would hope for. We completed a certain goal that we had set for ourselves, but at the same time, due to certain technological, inefficiencies and a little bit of everybody trying to get on the same page, right out of the gate. When you're just shotgun blasting out of the gate, it's insane. So the fact that we were able to accomplish what we did accomplish in the time period that we had, under the constraints that we were under, to me is really a miracle. And if we can really streamline it with the right people in place that we have now, and with the right amount of footage going forward once we start round 2, I think we'll be able to lace together a much more intricate kind of a storyline to go along with everything, which is currently what we're editing now. We're in the process of trying to take the air out of everything and find all of the beats and moments from the beginning to the middle to the end, interlacing as many of the interviews as possible, and creating more of a shortened documentary style film out of it that will tell the whole story. And that's it's going to be tough. It's going to be a lot of time watching footage because nothing was cataloged correctly. We have to just go through it. Artie's doing a lot of that work for us. But the team is positive, man. Me and Chad get along great. We got the same vision. It's a learning curve on Chad and Scott's end in terms of filmmaking, and I think that they're getting it now, and when we ramp up for round 2, which I really hope that we're able to raise the funding for it. It's going to be a challenge, but if we're able to, then we'll set off, and by that point we should have everything pretty well greased, I would hope. Pretty well greased.
Okay,
Totally.
Just to let you know, Rose Kirby is from the UK, and she's saying hello, Chad and Corin, Love America Tour, and good morning, because she's in the UK. And there it's, let's see, 8 plus 6, it's like 2 in the morning.
Oh, wow, yeah, it is.
Lou Blomberg says, Husky, I realize it's hard to read everything here in chat. Please tell Corin and Chad we missed them at Camp Journey. Everyone says hi. They did mention that earlier, and I wasn't able to get to it, that your spot is still open.
Oh, right.
And, Orville Nation is talking about this tour is such a great idea. And somebody, Constant Angela Duparatis, I'm sorry about that, but it said something in French, but I don't speak French, so I have no idea.
Just say oui, oui.
Oui.
Well, I wouldn't know what I was saying yes to. We also have some folks from Australia, like I said, some folks from the UK. There's people from all over the world that are interested in this. And you gotta understand that with the Love America Tour already being as successful as it is, just with part 1, with part 2 and part 3 planned, There are people asking about, well, when you're done with that, can you do a Love Australia tour? Can you do a Love the UK tour? Can you do a...
Oh, that's what I mean. That's exactly what me and Chad actually first spoke about when we were even first coming up with the whole concept of what we were trying to do. And you know, again, with better planning, with more time, you know, we'd really like to try and wrap more of a story around the locations we go to, at least, you know, to show people a little bit more about where we were, you know, what it was like there, not only who we met. You know, that was tough when you have a 38-foot RV monster truck, you know what I mean, is your only means of transportation to get around. But fortunately, we had the blessing of some of the individuals who showed up, like Troy, Steve out, Troy in Arkansas, Steve in Tennessee, and then, you know, and then other people as well in other places that we stopped, you know, were willing to come out and give us rides places, and even loan us cars. Steve loaned us his wife's car for a couple of days.
Yeah, and then Camp Journeys Inn loaned us their work truck.
The work truck for a day or two there, which was very helpful. That's right.
Yeah.
KZ
Absolutely.
Howell sums it up as well you might imagine, writing it in a chat room. He says, it started as 3 guys in an RV with a good idea and very little planning. Now look where it is. 4 platforms, a growing social media buzz, and a loyal following. And he's absolutely right.
Can't argue that.
Yeah. Can't ask for more.
Oh, wow. People are already calling it the Love Humanity World Tour.
You know,
We lost audio on you, Corin.
I get phone calls right in the middle of this. Haven't hardly gotten a phone call all day. But that said, yeah, I mean that would be the ideal scene, is to be able to take this and once it's really streamlined and well thought out, and we get all of the kinks out of it in this next tour, you know, I mean, it's just going to get. I think it'll just get better and better. Obviously, within the budgetary constraints that we're under, which are huge. I mean, I don't think that anybody realizes under normal production circumstances what we accomplished in 4 weeks, what that would have actually cost as a regular production. You know, the $16K that was spent over that 4+ week period to get the thing from very beginning to all the way to the end. That would have been, you know, a quarter of the budget of 1 week, you know, for a regular show. We would have probably been spending more along the lines of 50 to 70K per week with a network or some other type of deal, and nobody thought that we were going to be able to pull it off. Not nobody, but I got a lot of naysayers that were like, you know, expecting the wheels to completely fall off of this thing. Which, when we got stuck in the middle of Tennessee with no reception and no Wi-Fi and running out of storage space, I thought they might have been right, but we somehow managed to eke by with the hairs on our chinny chin and squeeze out, you know, everything, and still was able to get all of the interviews. Some of them not as efficiently as we wanted to, but we were still able to get every single one of them, and that's what happened.
Yeah, I agree. Orville Nation actually just kind of helped me out. She, I'm not sure who runs the Orville Nation account, but translated that French for us. He says it's 3 a.m. here in France, and he or she gets up at 5. So so we've got people from all over Europe, and like I said, in the UK and Australia and Canada. There's people from all over the world now that are paying attention to this. And it's growing. It is absolutely growing.
I love it.
Yeah, I love it. It's exciting.
Glider McSee from San Antonio says hello. Drummer woman.
San Antonio.
And Michelle Arwood brings up a good point too. I think doing it on a shoestring budget made it that much more personal. Just you guys keeping it real, you know.
Totally, it really did.
I don't know if you guys heard. You guys heard about the cookbook. but a new idea is taking shape also, and that is a Pets of the Love America Tour calendar.
Hilarious.
Oh yeah.
I love it.
Love it. Okay, so we got Julie Walker from Oklahoma. Go ahead. Sorry. I didn't hear what you said. Sorry, I kind of overrode you a little bit.
I didn't say anything.
Who, me?
Yes.
Or Chad? Yeah, doesn't matter. Let's go on. Move
Yeah,
forward.
move on. Let's move.
Okay.
Progress.
So moving forward, next 2 weeks, I imagine it's going to be more of the same. We are. What are we waiting on to get part 2 moving? And like, how long are you going to be filming, or do you know?
So for part 2, we're still. I'll let you answer. Sorry.
Oh no, you.
Well, Colin, you can answer.
Yeah. So part 2, we're still about $1,600 away from goal 1. So that's that's a big part of not being able to get part 2 moving. And then that's all I had to say on that one. He can answer that second part.
Well, yeah, and the other thing too is the fundraising, having brought Benjamin on board, and you and some of the other team with Kat and some of the other players that are coming into the fold. There's going to be, if we want to approach this from a real production standpoint, there's going to have to be some of those funds that are spent on the streaming platforms, on some storage capacity, on some editing, certain things that I'm just not astute at. So I'm going to have to, shrug some of that work off onto some of the other players' plates, and we're going to minimize the expenses on that as much as humanly possible. But we can't get it done otherwise. I mean, there's just no way. Otherwise, we're just going to be trying to do this all on our own, all by ourselves, all the time, and we're going to run out. We're going to run out of steam, without bringing in some pros on certain issues. That's just the fact. So, a certain portion of that raise, the majority of it, is going to securing the RV. Which we're negotiating now. Chad's been in negotiations on that with Rick's RV, trying to squeeze down, a proper deal and something that will still be more efficient than the Red Baroness. But I know that it's tough. It's oddly enough, because of travel restrictions, RVs are the latest craze. So they're hard to come by right now, especially cheap. If we had done this 2 years ago, we would have had people throwing RVs at us.
You're not wrong.
Seriously, we would have.
Yeah, we really would have. I mean, it's like Rick was telling me that, he's been watching it since the beginning of summer, and people just can't keep RVs in stock.
I'm not trying to be distracting. I keep looking off to the left and right of the camera, and it's because I've got stuff on all these monitors, so ignore that if you can. I am, you guys actually are over there for me. So it's a little bit weird, but, the guys, the Love America Tour crew, the family, have been dutifully retweeting and reposting the links with encouragement to donate, and we are looking to bring that in, and we know that part 2's got to be funded a little bit better than part 1 was. We understand that, and the word is getting out, and I can't wait to see part 2. There are some other things that may be coming. I can't make the announcements yet, but I can tell you that there's a lot of folks asking, like Tina Bobina, when will we be graced with Corin Nemec on camera other than the live stream chat? Tina, we're kind of going to have to be careful about that because Corin doesn't know who he is, and we kind of want to keep it that way a little bit.
Exactly. One other thing I wanted to say. I'm not going to mention the person's name right offhand because I don't know if that's if they really want that. But we were contacted recently. A lady down in Australia was catfished recently by somebody pretending to be me, and I guess she had paid the person some money on some kind of, I don't know all the details of it. Benjamin informed me about it, but I guess she got her money back. But you know, thank God. But if anybody out there gets any kind of DMs or any kind of weird messages from sources that are not blue checked like myself, or are not confirmed, you know, to be a part of this group, number one, no one's ever going to solicit money from you independently or in any other way than the platforms that we've chosen, which is GoFundMe and Patreon and that. So if you're ever approached in any way by any kind of person whatsoever, then, you know, certainly inform us and report them, and don't engage whatsoever, you know, because it could have turned out far worse for this person had they not been able to get the money back from their bank. I don't know all the details on it, but I just found out about this today, and these things happen. So I would just highly recommend anybody out there just stick with the basics of what's been constructed here. Keep an eye on the main channels, the main individuals, and don't get catfished by anybody, because I can guarantee you I'm not trying to send out my hangouts to anyone.
I did cover that at the beginning, and to kind of ride on that, we have been making an effort, by we, I mean Ben and I, to make everything Love America Tour. Streamlabs.com/LoveAmericaTour, LiberaPay /LoveAmericaTour, GoFundMe /LoveAmericaTour. We covered the fact that you've got a blue check, so if you get something from somebody that doesn't have a blue check, nobody from the Love America Tour will ever ask you to transfer money directly into our PayPal accounts or our bank accounts. We have this set up to go into the Love America Tour account anytime you donate to one of these approved channels, LiberaPay, GoFundMe, the stuff that we have set up. If you are in any way not 100% sure, there is the info@loveamericatour.today. Email address, ask us. We will let you know. We will look into it, and I'm actually assisting that person to try and look into this to see what can be done. But going forward, well, we don't want to have any of this happen anymore. So everything Love America Tour says Love America Tour. It's broadcast on this live stream twice a week. We go through it. Corin's got a blue check. If you get somebody claiming to be Corin that doesn't have a blue check, it's not him. Report it. Let us know at info@loveamericatour.today. We'll report it.
That's right. We're not going to ask you for money, period. We'll say donations. We'll put it on Twitter. We're not going to personally ask you for money.
Yeah, if anybody's asking you to donate money directly to them and not go through these official channels, the GoFundMe, the LiberaPay, the Streamlabs, it's not us. So definitely let us know at one of the email addresses. Also, I don't know if you guys are aware of this. I have put out a call for a co-host or a sub, basically, nice. Because hunting season's coming up. My health isn't the best. We saw that the computers sometimes break down, internet sometimes goes out, but one of the defining parts of this, with the spirit actually of the Love America Tour, is that the show must go on.
Exactly.
So
yeah, we'll find out whether that person ends up being possibly Scott down at 3 Alarm Comics, or possibly somebody else. I know we've had a conversation with a few different people, but we'll find out what makes sense so that Husky can have some time in the woods.
Yeah, yep. Totally.
Well, there's that, and guys, this isn't. I don't trophy hunt. This is how I fill my freezer. This is how I feed my family every year. But I'll still be doing the lion's share of this, and a lot of it is, life happens, but the show must go on. So what we're doing is now, while the streams are running smoothly, we want to get somebody in. The email address to apply to that is streaming at loveamericatour.today. And what I've said basically, Corin, is that the crew, that you, Ben, Chad, myself, will look at the applications, we'll see who's there, what the experience levels are, and make a decision and go from there.
Yeah, exactly.
Totally.
So, real quick, we're going on about it's 8:10, so we've been going for a little bit over an hour, and I think this is a pretty good place to end it on. The one question that I mentioned that I was going to ask from Orville Nation. Sorry, I almost forgot you, buddy. But any news on a new Stargate?
I've only heard the same rumors anybody else has heard.
I haven't heard any rumors.
Oh, these are the rumors and the rumblings that go around the kind of the sci-fi scene every year and a half or so when it comes to whether it be Stargate or Star Trek or some of the other sci-fi shows. Almost any of them could do a reboot and be successful depending on how they approached it. Whether MGM wants to up that kind of budget on the front end for the potential payback on the back end. I don't know. I mean, I think it's a smart move. I don't know if anybody from the original cast would be involved in it at all, but or from my seasons or whatever. My character's dead, so as far as I know.
Oh no, so I don't think so. Did he die?
They blew up his planet. Yeah, they blew up his planet. I mean, they didn't say that he was. They kind of said, "Wait, was Jonas on there?" And they're like, "I think so." So they kind of quasi left it open that I could have leapt through our Stargate. You know what I mean? The last minute.
We want Jonas. We want Jonas.
Yeah. Oh God, hilarious.
Bonnie,
yeah, I have no idea, but it would be awesome for television for Stargate to come back, no matter who was in it.
I agree. I enjoyed that series.
Yeah, me too.
Bonnie wants to know, where is Scott's beard and Scott? I don't know the answer to that, but we may have to get him on a couple of these live streams at some point.
That's what I was thinking. I thought Scott was going to come on board as well.
Yeah, me too.
We'll wrangle him.
Okay, well, wrangle away for sure. There's a lot of people that wanted to ask that. Is the next stream? The next stream will be Wednesday, the 19th at 7 o'clock, and the difference is on Saturdays we do follow-up interviews. People that Corin interviewed in part 1, we'll be bringing them back to see what's changed for them. And on Wednesdays, we're going to be bringing in those people that you guys were talking about, the crew that doesn't get their face shown, the volunteers. Maybe some famous people here and there. We had Bobby Ben on the other week that I've been supporting quietly, and so we'll be doing that. So it's 19. I have a question on here. Rose Kirby wants to know about the Instagram page. I made an Instagram page. I have no idea how to use it. I gave up years ago. I can't do it. It's not. I don't understand it at all.
What Instagram page?
Mine. Husky.
Oh, yours?
Husky,
you don't have one?
I have one. I don't know how to use it. It doesn't make sense to me. I'll stick with Facebook and Twitter. Instagram is great for some folks, but not me.
Once you learn, it's like Pringles. You don't stop.
Yeah. So
once you learn how to get your hand in the can.
Say again?
Yeah.
The Pringles can. Once you learn how to get your hand in the can.
Yeah, the problem is getting it back out. So Samantha wants to know if Corin or Chad have any questions for the fans that are watching.
Oh, man,
too many.
Too many.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what.
That's a whole new episode.
Yeah, I would have to. I would like to write those down and use a list because we have something planned not only for like something like that, but also little gratitude for those who have donated. So.
Yeah, absolutely. That's been. That's just absolutely been huge. What we're doing is crazy. It's just completely off the cuff, and I've actually been thought of as having lost my mind for a moment by some people in my family until they watched some of the interviews, and then they thought, oh, okay, I see what he's up to. But some people literally thought that I had just gone over the deep end and lost my. And Chad, from those who get it, when you finally get what it is that we're trying to do here, it makes so much sense, and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, okay, let's continue forward with this and see where it goes, because for more, I can tell when I look at my feed, when I talk to the other people whose feeds have changed dramatically in the last 4 or 5 weeks, the kind of opinions that are shared, the way that people share them, I mean, there's just been a whole lot of love going on. That's all.
Yeah.
Julie Walker wants to know, what about the merch? Does that help with funding?
It did. I don't know what's happened to the merch now. I don't know if it's on Spreadshirt or where it's gone or anything. I don't even know what to post anymore, because I know that the merch was taken over by Ben at some point and was supposed to be repurposed into a different platform. So I don't know where it is at this point. No one's ever sent me a new link for the merchandise, but the merchandise was helping. But limited because, when you sell a $25 shirt, we might see about $7.50 of the $25 or $6.50 of the $25. So, it was helping certainly, but not as much as direct funding, direct donations. But that said, what's exciting about the merch is just getting people out there wearing it and supporting. Yeah. That to me is even more important than receiving the $7.50 or $6.50 or $4.50 or whatever it is on the back end. What's more important is that they're out there, feeling love, wearing the merchandise, using the cups, wearing the shirts, and recognizing that this is about unification theory, and that's the whole premise behind Love America Tour is a theory that through communication we can have unification.
That's right.
To answer your question, Corin, it is still Spreadshirt. I was actually working with Ben on that. I was supposed to work on it last week. We're going to be moving from Streamlabs to Stream Elements, and so it'll be streamelements.com/LoveAmericaTour when we get it finished, and there will be a merch store involved in that right there. So it is going to move, but right now it's still Spreadshirt. Stuff's still available.
Still publicize that. I haven't been sending out the web page for it because I didn't know if we were still selling through Spreadshirt or not. So
I believe that we are, and I will call you when I get the new one up, so that you're aware, both of you. I'll definitely make you all aware that it's up. And in fact, you're going to have to take a look at it to make sure it's okay.
Of course.
So.
And we do want to the problem with Spreadshirt, we had to move around some of the designs. We haven't been uploading more original art that's been sent over because for whatever reason, the way that Spreadshirt is structured, whatever the latest design that you upload becomes the main design for
it takes like 5 pages.
It takes up like 5 pages of it. So, we had to pull down the turds one for now and shift things around because we want it to be a regular shop, and people get confused when they don't see the main logo as the startup for when they go to the page. They're like, what's this? Is this Love America? Where am I? I don't understand.
That was perfect.
That was perfect.
And we lost a lot over those couple of weeks. Over those couple of weeks, we lost a lot of merch sales over those couple of weeks.
Okay, I can tell you that one of the things that's slowing me down, besides the computer going down for 3 days, is that the new merch store does not have that limitation. We'll be able to put shirts out with all the designs. In fact, we can put one design on the front and one design on the back, and there's so many options. When there's so many options, it takes longer to set up.
Yeah, it takes a while. It's I've been there, Husky. I feel you.
Tina Bobino wants to know, which donation platform gives the tour the most funding or all the funding?
Be like Beer Pay, wouldn't it?
Well, there's I think GoFundMe takes a percentage, but it's not very big, and that's for if you want to do a one-time donation. Like Beer Pay does not take very much. I know that Streamlabs, if you donate through the chat or through the live stream, while the live streams are going on, they don't take anything unless you use like a credit card, in which case it's the standard fees. It's only the processing fees that come out.
What else would you use? Bitcoin? I mean, you would use crypto, but not everybody has crypto, so. They wouldn't take a fee.
Well, I mean, you can use PayPal, but it's one of those things.
Oh, okay.
The donation platforms, basically, they don't take much, just enough to keep themselves operating. And for GoFundMe is the one to do a one-time donation to get the boys back on the road. LibertyPay is if you want to set up a recurring weekly or monthly donation. And then if you want to see your name in lights during a live stream, it's the Streamlabs for now until it turns to Stream Elements. But we'll get into that when it happens.
Okay, I understand better now. I was confused about those last two.
Yeah, LibertyPay replaced Patreon.
Right, yeah, Patreon is allegedly about to go bankrupt. They're about to get hit really hard.
Yeah, so we got out of that, and so LibertyPay. Yeah, so LibertyPay is the one for really, really good. Rose Kirby, yes, please I'd like you to be on my new Instagram page, and can you do a map of where you're going? Yes, Rose Kirby, it is at LoveAmericaTour.today. That's the website, and it will be there. So I think I think that's about all the questions that we have. I know that Corin, you probably, one thing that I've learned about filmmaking that I didn't know until you guys got here is the crazy pace that you guys work. Holy crap.
Yeah.
So we got to get you in bed for your beauty sleep, because, you know, if you're going to be in front of a camera.
Yeah. We have in fact, the shoot now is going until the 26th. So I'll finish my wrap day on the 25th, and we'll travel back to, I'm assuming, Mississippi at this point. I'll be traveling back there with the fundraising and with the RV and all of that other stuff. You know, we're still hoping that somebody out there knows somebody who has an RV that they need to get rid of and is willing to make a deal. So if you know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody who has an RV that's willing to make a deal, get in touch with us.
Let's make a deal.
Send that information to info at, you guessed it, LoveAmericaTour.today. Pretty much anything you want to find is at LoveAmericaTour.today, including these other links that all have Love America Tour in them. And if you are contacted, you definitely by somebody that you aren't absolutely 100% sure is Love America Tour, let us know that too, and we will let you know either yes, this person is with Love America Tour, or no, they're not, and we want to report that.
And you know, another thing is we're not gonna sit there and I guess you could say extort you for access to Corin. That's not going to happen.
Yeah. Cool. That's absurd.
Yeah. So I think that's kind of like what happened.
All right. So I think this has been.
We'll send you to Catso.
There you go.
I think this has been an awesome stream. A lot of announcements, a lot of cool things are happening. If you guys have any shout outs or just anything you want to talk to tell people before we close this one out, episode 5.
There's almost too much to go back over. But again, you know, like we said, the streamlining of everything, the map, being able to pinpoint, you know, which campsites, which RV places we're going to be staying at, trying to set up some kind of flash party type situations, either at other comic book stores along the way, or maybe somebody has a bistro or something else that they want to promote. You know, we're willing to do those kind of negotiate those kind of things to get us in a situation where perhaps, you know, if we are a little bit overloaded with people who want to get together and come together and get to know each other better, we have places where we can do that, and we can do it safely, right. And we can do it under the guidelines that are put out by whatever state we're in, whatever county we're in, whatever city we're in. And abide by those, and still be able to accomplish this goal of bringing people together.
Okay. VO Thurman, hang on, I lost it. Yeah, VO Thurman wants to know, Victoria, did you ever get the camera? The digital
you
camera.
There's a lot of people actually offering those up, and I'm actually waiting until I get to Mississippi where I can get a P.O. box.
Okay. So there you go, Victoria. If you have any other questions about whether or not somebody got something, it's probably best we do that, through Twitter. Just DM chat. I think, are your DMs open?
DMs are open on LAT for sure.
Okay. So, get with him directly on that, Victoria. I think I missed something from Lou at some point because he said it's okay. I'll tell him later. So, awesome, guys. It was awesome to have you guys on again. Corin, it's nice to see you. Everybody's glad that you're feeling better. We all kind of struggled with you through that moment. There was a lot of prayers that went up because that's no fun.
Nope.
And I think we've lost connection for him. But, yeah, absolutely. I think this is a good episode 5. And we will see you on Wednesday the 19th at 7 o'clock Central for episode 6.
Totally. Good game, brother.
All right. Yep, you too. We'll see you guys later on. Think. Well, that's much more gooder.